You've seen countless love stories, but this one is a bit out of the ordinary. Let's dive into today's movie, The Shape of Water. The movie opens in 1962. We are introduced to a woman named Elisa Esposito who lives in Baltimore. Elisa cannot speak. It's not that she was born mute. As a child, she was found near a river with unexplained scars on her neck, causing her muteness. Unable to speak, she feels terribly alone. She is an orphan and has no one else in the world, so she lives with her neighbor Giles, a kind, closeted commercial artist. Elisa gets ready for her job as usual and heads out. At work, she meets Zelda Fuller, her only friend. Zelda is the only person, besides Giles, who truly understands Elisa, and she is protective of her. Like every day, the two are cleaning the laboratory when they learn that a mysterious creature is being brought in. Some men bring a large tank into the lab. Elisa sees that the tank is completely full of water. She can't see anything inside the water, but then she hears some sounds. As she reaches out to touch the tank, a monstrous hand comes out of the water, and Elisa is terrified. A doctor quickly rushes them both out of the room. The next day, they are cleaning the washrooms when a man named Richard Strickland enters. Richard is the security chief and is in charge of researching the creature. Elisa notices his cattle prod stick. It's electric and has a sharp, pointed end. She realizes Richard has been using this stick to torture the creature. As Richard leaves the washroom with the stick, Elisa sees a drop of blood on the tip and understands that he has just come from torturing the creature. The next day, as they are cleaning the lab, they see Richard emerging, covered in blood, with 2 of his fingers missing. Chaos erupts in the lab. A doctor then takes Elisa and her friend into the lab to clean up the blood. They see blood everywhere. While cleaning, Elisa finds Richard's 2 severed fingers. She puts them in a plastic bag. Zelda goes to call a doctor. Elisa's eyes fall upon the tank, and as she touches it, the creature inside swims toward her. She sees that the being is very human-like, but its body structure resembles an amphibious water creature. She notices the creature is in pain. Richard's torture has left it bloody and injured, and she realizes this is why the creature attacked Richard. They stare at each other until Zelda returns with a doctor. The creature hides in the water. Elisa gives the doctor Richard's fingers and leaves, but she can't get the creature out of her mind. The next day, Elisa sneaks back into the lab. She sees that a small pool has been set up, and the creature is chained inside it. The pool's water is green, so the creature is hidden from view. She takes out an egg and a spoon and taps the egg with the spoon. The sound lures the creature out of the water. Elisa is a little scared. She offers the egg to it. Seeing the egg, the creature shrieks in anger, scaring Elisa even more. She places the egg at the edge of the pool and uses sign language to show its food. The creature takes the egg and goes back into the water. Elisa then leaves. Richard calls Elisa and Zelda in. Richard tells them the fingers given to him in the bag were already contaminated with sauce from the bag, making them infected and impossible to reattach. He gets angry and starts questioning them relentlessly. Zelda answers all the questions, which makes Richard ask Elisa, "Why aren't you speaking?" Elisa uses sign language to tell him she cannot speak. She then signs her story about what happened to her as a child, and Zelda translates it for Richard. Richard expresses his sympathy, which calms his anger. He reveals that the creature was found in a river in South America, and they are researching it to find out its powers. Richard's phone rings. It's the general. The general wants information on the creature, and Richard invites him to come to the lab to see it. The next day, the creature is seen playing with the eggshells Elisa gave it. It is also repeating Elisa's sign language gestures, meaning it is learning to communicate. Now, Elisa sneaks in every day to visit the creature. The creature also grows fond of Elisa and feels safe with her. They start communicating using sign language. One day, while they are signing, A scientist, Dr. Robert Hofstetler, whose real name is Dmitri, spots them. Robert has been researching the creature for days, but he is secretly working for the Soviet government, sending intelligence about the creature back to Russia. Seeing the creature communicate with Elisa is a huge breakthrough for him. He goes to inform his seniors about this discovery. The next day, when Elisa goes to the lab, she sees the creature has been pulled out of the water and is chained up. It is clearly in pain. Richard arrives and Elisa hides. Richard starts torturing it again with his electric prod. The general then arrives. He is astonished, having never seen such a creature. A doctor explains that in the place where it was found, locals worshipped it as a god. The general wants full information on the creature as soon as possible, so he tells Richard to finish his work quickly, saying, "We will soon begin the next procedure," meaning they plan to dissect the creature to see what's inside. Dr. Robert objects to this, but no one listens to him. Elisa is the most distressed by this news. She goes home and tells Giles everything, asking for his help to save the creature. Giles has never seen Elisa so upset, so he agrees to help her. Meanwhile, Robert meets with his Soviet seniors and asks them to save the creature, but they refuse. Instead, they tell him, "We can't save it, but you should put it out of its misery with a quick death." Robert makes one last attempt to reason with Richard, telling him it's wrong to torture a creature like this, but Richard remains steadfast. Robert then sees that someone is tampering with the lab's security camera, and he goes to investigate. He finds Elisa trying to break the creature's chains, but they won't break. Dr. Robert arrives. He gives her the key to the chains, as he doesn't want Richard to kill the creature. Just then, Giles arrives at the gate with a laundry truck. Richard sees the truck on the camera and asks his partner if the laundry truck was scheduled for today. When his partner says no, Richard becomes suspicious and runs towards the lab. On the other side, Elisa hides the creature in the laundry trolley and brings it out. She meets Zelda, who tries to stop her from taking the creature, but Elisa insists. Escaping is difficult, but Robert arrives and helps Elisa, and they successfully flee in a van. Richard arrives and fires blindly at the van, but Elisa manages to get away. The scene shifts. Richard is back at the lab and, seeing the creature gone, becomes furious. He gets a call from the general, who demands he find the creature immediately, threatening to fire and prosecute him if he fails. Elisa discovers a nearby canal where the water is released into the ocean between October and November. She realizes she only needs to keep the creature safe for a short time before it can go to the ocean, where no one can bother it. The next day at the office, everyone is being interrogated, but Richard doesn't suspect Elisa or Zelda since they have been working there for a long time. Meanwhile, the creature is exploring Elisa's apartment. It sees Giles' cat and, on instinct, kills and starts eating it. Giles walks in. Seeing this, Giles is terrified. The creature is also scared and tries to leave, accidentally swiping its claw across Giles' arm, injuring him. At the lab, Robert gives Elisa some medication and urges her to release the creature into the water as soon as possible, as staying out of the water for too long could be harmful. A girl tells Elisa she has an urgent call. It's Giles. Elisa rushes home, but Giles tells her the creature ran away. Following the blood from Giles' wound, which dripped on the floor, Elisa tracks it to a movie theater and brings it back home. She teaches it that cats are not to be eaten but to be loved. Later, the creature notices Giles is hurt. It places Giles' hand on its head and its hand on Giles' head. A strange light emanates from its body. The next morning, Giles wakes up to find that he has grown new hair on his balding head, and his wound is healed, all thanks to the creature's power. Elisa starts spending all her time with the creature. One day, Elisa fills the entire bathroom with water, and they become so close that their relationship deepens in the water. The bathroom overflows with water, which leaks down to the apartment below. The downstairs tenants complain. When Giles opens the bathroom door, all the water gushes out. Giles sees the two of them and then quietly leaves. The creature's health begins to deteriorate day by day from being away from the water. Meanwhile, the general meets Richard and gives him 36 hours to find the creature. Richard then starts following Robert, suspecting he is the one who stole the creature. During his surveillance, Richard discovers Robert's connection to the Soviet agents. It turns out all the Russians wanted Robert to kill the creature, but he didn't, which made them angry. They shoot Robert. Richard then starts firing, killing all the Soviet agents, but Robert is gravely wounded. Richard tortures Robert, who then confesses that the creature is with Elisa and that her friend Zelda helped her. Richard goes to Zelda's house, but he doesn't find the creature there. He then heads to Elisa's apartment. Just in time, Zelda calls Elisa to tell her everything. Elisa immediately leaves with the creature. Richard arrives at Elisa's place, where he finds a calendar on which Elisa had written down when she plans to release the creature. He now knows exactly when and where she will let it go. Richard heads to the canal. Elisa is about to release the creature into the water when Richard arrives and shoots at them. 2 bullets hit the creature, and then he shoots Elisa. Giles rushes in and attacks Richard. Meanwhile, a light emanates from the creature's body again, and the 2 bullets are expelled. It then slashes Richard's throat and kills him. The creature takes a shot at Elisa and jumps into the water. Using its powers, it revives Elisa. The old scars on Elisa's neck, the reason for her muteness, transform into gill plates, allowing her to breathe underwater. They embrace, and the movie ends there. If you liked this script, please like it. Comment on which moment in the story felt the most intense, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.